Welcome back, friends of Room 8, to the fourth video on pricing merchandise. And so what we will do today is apply what we learned in the previous videos on pricing markup based on cost and markup based on selling price. And so we're going to apply that by going out and doing some real-world shopping. We're going to go to Walmart and look up some food prices and do a comparison on markup based on the two ways that we have learned, based on cost, based on retail price. And so you're going to want to first go over and navigate to Drive B and pull up and save to your Dropbox this file. It's called Pricing Cost versus Selling, and yours won't say teacher on it, but it'll just be Pricing Cost versus Selling. Bring that up, save that to your Dropbox, and if you want to split your windows up, at some point as we get into it, you'll want to do that. Probably want to have full screen to start off with because you're going to have to do some formatting on that worksheet to begin. And so I'm not going to show you how to do that. You already know how to do that. You're just going to make it look kind of like the one that I have up here. So that'll be the first thing that you do. And so I'll go ahead and make this full screen. And if you want to do that to begin with, I'm going to go ahead and open that up. And so this is what you're going to want your worksheet to look at. And so it'll probably take you about 5 to 10 minutes to make it look like this. And then what we can do is come back and we will move on to the next portion of the assignment. All right, next step, let's head over to walmart.com, do some shopping. Now here in Walmart, we're going to be in the food section. And I've already went ahead and navigated over to my first product here. And you're going to look at about 10 different products. But I want to go through these with you and show you the process by which you can do these calculations. So I'll demonstrate one, and then you're off on your own picking anything you want as far as food products for our mythical student store that will open here in Room 8. So the first item that I picked right here, you can see some of our favorites here, Doritos Nacho Cheese. And so what I need, the information I need here is I'm going to need the price, the package price, and then I'm going to also need how many units there are, and there it is right there. It's a 6 count. And so what you can do here is, just to save some keystrokes, is I'm just going to copy the item description, and I'm going to put it here in my product description. Okay, now that's way too big. And I don't want my worksheet columns to be really wide, so I'm going to go ahead and just reformat that font size to something really small, maybe even smaller, because I can still read that. So let's see what 6 looks like. Well, that's too small. We better stick with 8 there. And then I'll just have to make that column a little wider to accommodate that entry. And the package price, $2.38. Enter that. And so now I could go ahead and maximize my worksheet so I can go ahead and go to work on this. I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you. And then I'm also going to freeze those panes. Once again, View, Freeze Panes. And that way as I scroll, I can still see my product description there. And it looks like because I'm going to go ahead and make it look about like that. Okay, so we got our description, line number 1, or product number 1, package price, units per package. And there it is right there. There's 6. So I'm going to put that 6 in there. So now I can calculate my unit cost. Equal sign. Thank you. Package price divided by units per package. So 40 cents per package is our unit cost. We are going to use a markup rate of 45%. Markup based on cost amount, markup on cost. So from our previous video, we learned that we can take our unit cost and multiply that times 45%. So our markup amount is going to be 18 cents. And so our price based on cost, markup on our price, I need to scroll here. Let's see, there we go. We're not going to calculate this one yet. We're going to go right over here to price with markup on cost is going to be equal to our cost plus the markup amount. So we're going to be selling these at 58 cents a package with a markup based on cost. Right there. Now, to calculate the price with the markup on selling price, first we need the complement of our markup rate. I'm going to give myself just a little bit more room here for now. Make it a little easier to navigate for you here. So we have a markup rate of 45%, and the complement is 100% minus 45%, or 1 minus 0.45. So the complement is equal to 1 minus the 45. 55% is the complement. Remember that our amounts, if we have a markup rate of 45%, we need to get to 100%. So we would have to add 55 to that to equal 100%. So that's our complement, and that's the value that we use to calculate the markup on selling price. So we put in the formula, we go to our cost and divide it by the complement. And there it is, 72 cents. Now notice the difference here, 58 cents versus 72 cents. So the markup based on selling price yields to a higher selling price. And so now we could come in and calculate how much that actual markup is. There's our price minus our cost. 40 cents. And there's our markup amount. So to review, the markup of 45% based on cost means that we have taken 45% of the cost. But when it's 45% based on selling price, it's 45% of the selling price. 45% of the cost versus 45% of the selling price. And that's the difference. So why is this important? It's important because businesses use these two different ways to mark up products. And so a logical question that you would have if somebody says something's marked up for 45%, then you're going to want to say, well, is that markup based on cost or is it based on selling price? And that is a very reasonable question to ask. So go ahead and try to get 10 of them done, 10 products, 10 food products that require you to calculate a unit cost and to complete your worksheet. And I think you'll find it to be rather enlightening. So I hope you have a good time with that.